Welcome in, everyone, to this edition of Inside Limestone Athletics. I'm Fabian Fuentes. Today we're talking women's field hockey with the head coach of our Lady Saints program, Lindsey Jackson. And, Coach, thanks for taking time to join us today now that you got that first season under your belt.
Absolutely. Well, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about the ups and downs that every first-year program has.
We had quite a few. It was a great year, I think, all in all, though. Bringing in 16 freshmen to a college far, far away from where they're from. Most of my players are all mid-Atlantic kids from Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York. We even have a girl from New Hampshire coming the furthest away. So it's a lot of adjusting for them on a personal, social level, let alone all the trials and tribulations that go along with learning how to play Division II hockey and running every day and pushing their physical limits.
I know that it's a long process. Tell us from day one the process that you went through from when you were first named the head coach to hitting that recruiting trail and then having to make some in-home visits or talking with prospective recruits on the phone, getting them to come down south and to a first-year program.
It was challenging. To really start things off, was hired and 3 days later hit the ground running and going out to the biggest recruiting tournament there is out in California. And that was probably one of the best things that we could have done for the program. We picked up talked to about 30 girls face-to-face that day, and then of those 30, actually, I believe 4 are here now that are playing with us. So that was great. It was tough to get, talking to these people. Oh, it's okay to go 7 hours away from home, and how about this new sport that nobody down here knows what field hockey is, and you try to explain it to people down here, and it's not really known. So that was a challenge. My biggest exciting factor, I would say, that I sell to the recruits is that this is the first year of the program. You get to be the building blocks. You get to be the foundation. And as long as we work hard, we'll do great things, and you'll be the one that did that. So, and the weather's great. So everyone likes that one.
Tell us a little bit about Coach Jackson. Where are you from? Talk a little bit about your background. And obviously it had to be exciting to start a college women's field hockey program from the ground up.
Absolutely. Well, I'm originally from Maryland, and I went to school in Erie, Pennsylvania at Mercyhurst College. So this is a nice adjustment for the weather up there. It snowed about 9 months out of the year. So it's great to be down here. I was the assistant women's lacrosse coach at St. Andrews, which is another school in the conference. So I was very familiar with this conference, this area, and kind of what all the schools are capable of down here. So I was very comfortable in moving from lacrosse to field hockey just because I know the area and what it was taken to coach a successful Division II program. I did play both in college, so my experience there was good. And it's been great here so far. I very much enjoyed it.
I can tell from talking with you that you're a very competitive young lady. How do you deal with the quote-unquote excuses for some of the issues that you may have for a first year? Oh, well, it's a first-year program.
Yeah, I am pretty competitive, and I don't really like excuses, and I always tell the girls that every day at practice, and it's tough when people say, oh, that's okay. You're just a first year. It's okay. And I don't think that that's right, because if you bring in the right people and you're doing the right things, then anything is possible. So, on paper, yeah, we didn't have a very successful season, but with what we learned on the field and what we learned together, this program started off very, very strong, and those results will show through soon.
Now, right now, we're in the month of November. Your fall season recently concluded. Tell us a little bit about what goes on in the spring.
Spring, similar to most sports, where we will have kind of the off-season. We will still have practice, and we will probably compete in a few matches in the spring. Hoping to get in touch with some of the local Division I programs. Field hockey, actually, down in North Carolina, has quite a few programs. Davidson, App State, Duke, Wake Forest, UNC, although UNC, Duke, and Wake are in the top 10. So probably don't want to face off against those teams.
Well, listen, Coach Jackson, best of luck as you head into the spring, and we look forward to talking with you in the future more about the women's field hockey.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Head coach of the Lady Saints, Lindsey Jackson. We've been talking Limestone women's field hockey. I'm Fabian Fuentes. So long, everyone, to our next edition of Inside Limestone Athletics.